by the end of... Alright, so this is probably going to be the best video that you will ever watch on growing a small trading account, because I'm going to give you a practical guide on how you can actually do this and in the easiest way possible. Now, this is a bit different from the normal videos that I do. Today we are going to be using a whiteboard and I'll show you a complete game plan, okay? So we shall do a complete game plan. Now, first things first, if you are trading with a small account and you're looking at growing it, the very and most important thing is understanding that this is a small trading account. Now, obviously, that comes down to your capital, and it doesn't matter. It could be $100, it could be $1,000. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I could say $1,000 is a small account, or I could say $100 is a small account. So it starts all with you as the trader. Now, to really understand this, you need to know how much are you trading with and what are your profit targets. If you can't make the money that you would live or sustain on, then more often enough you are trading on a small account. But all in all, it just comes down to you. So that's the very most important thing to understand first, okay? Then, after that, we shall talk about what not to do first, and then we shall talk now about the game plan, what exactly to do. Now, let's start off. So, first things first, what shouldn't you do, okay? So, we shall go over here and then we shall start off. Now, things that you must not do. Number one, we shall have, do not trade fundamentals, okay? Or you could say news events. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but we do have big moves whenever we have these news events. Think about NFP, think about CPI, and actually most traders do trade these events. But if you are looking at growing your small account, we aren't doing this because honestly, you can't easily predict what's going to happen. You could have your buys and you're locked in, I mean, depending on your strategy and all that, and then out of the blue, a big spike comes down and your account is wiped out. So if you are looking at growing that small account or making money off that account, we aren't going to be trading this. Next up, we shan't trade volatile pairs, okay? Do not trade volatile. We could say volatile pairs or instruments. Now, actually, funny thing starts with most brokers. Most traders trade gold. And funny thing, most traders lose money with gold. Now, I know you should be wondering, but if you are trading with that small account, honestly, don't think of trading instruments as gold. It could be your soil, it could be NASDAQ, it could be US 30, it could be Bitcoin. We aren't trading those. Let me actually write them down here. So we shan't trade gold. Then we can also look at US soil, US 30. Then we shall also look at NASDAQ. Let's call it NAS 100. And more. We can also think of BTC USD. Okay? If your objective is growing that account, then you shouldn't consider this. Now, these are the pairs. I'll just bring it in here, though we could have discussed it later on. But the pairs that I want us to look out for could be GJ. Okay? Now, these are slightly volatile. This is a slightly volatile pair that is actually going to make you reasonable money as compared to this. Now, the problem with these other pairs is, or these other instruments, you could potentially make a ton of money, honestly, off here. But let's think about the risk part of it. How much are you going to lose in return? So it's way better that you make money, you grow gradually, and you're in, okay? Next up, we are not going to be over trading. So I'll combine these. I could say emotional. emotional trading. So in here we shall combine over trading and revenge trading. And let me explain this. Okay, firstly, over trading. Now, there is something funny with traders. People think that taking many trades is making more money. But think about it, in actual sense, it's not. But on the other side, let's think about taking a few good trades, right? So in return, you are focusing on the best trades possible, but then you are also avoiding overtrading. Overtrading is honestly the worst case scenario that is going to happen if you're trying to grow that small account. We aren't doing that. Revenge trading. Now, along your journey, obviously you'll take losses. That's inevitable, honestly. At some point you'll take losses. But you trying to make back the money because you took a loss? No, we aren't doing that. So over trading is out. We aren't going to be trading because, oh, I took a loss and I'm trying to grow this account. I think I should go back and make some money. Please listen up. We aren't doing that. So these are some of the things that you must avoid. Firstly, if you are looking at growing that small trading account. Now, this video is sponsored by Fastball, and Fastball is a platform that every trader literally needs. Now, once you click the link down in the description, you'll come over to this page. So off here, you have products. Now, the charts, that's how you can easily analyze. And I'll quickly show you how. So there we go. So we have GBPUSD, and then we also have GJ. Now, the most interesting part about this is you can analyze more pairs all at a go. So come over to layout, then tile, and now you can see we have GJ on the H1, but then we also have GBPUSD on the H4. Then more to that, you have all your time frames here. Most interesting part is you can customize them off here by adding, it could be say the M10. Now for other platforms as this, you have to pay for that, but with Fastball, it's completely free. Okay, then more to that, you could also have access to your okay, quickly let's go over here. So you can also have access to economic calendar. Over here, that's when you track all the economic events coming up. And then most interesting part again is you can turn on alerts, meaning whether you're in your charts or not, just come over here, click create, and then you have an alert fully set. Then you also have signals. I mean, pretty easy. Off here, you get to get trades from other people, other experts, and all that. So go ahead and click the link just down in the description. Open up an account, or you can also go ahead and install Fastball, so you'll be able to easily trade and analyze. Okay, all right, now let's get straight back into the video. Now, after understanding things that you must not do, now let's go to the game plan. Now, what must you do? Okay, so I'll take this off now. And make sure you smash that like button and the subscribe button. That's entirely free. But then more to that, you tend to join a family of exclusive winners, okay? Big smoke, Tony Montana. All right, okay. Now, let's talk about the things that you must do. Okay, now, okay, now very, 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 very fast, you are going to have a trading plan, okay? Okay, now within your trading plan, these are the things that we shall have in. Firstly, we shall have the pairs that you shall trade. Then we shall have the trading sessions that you shall trade. Okay, then we shall also go ahead and attach your risk management plan. Risk management plan. And then lastly, you have your pairs, you have your trading sessions, you have, and then number of trades taken in a day. Okay, this is a non-negotiable, and actually, by the way, for any trader to become profitable, you will need this. Now let's start off with the pairs. I actually highlighted it in the first few minutes about the pairs that we shan't trade, but let's now look at the pairs that you could potentially look. As I mentioned earlier, we could think of GJ. We can also think of pairs as GU. You can also think of pairs as EJ. You know, in there, I want us to look at either major pairs or pairs that are commonly traded, and then I want us to focus on a few, okay? Even on your watch list, I don't want us to have 10 pairs or something. No, keep your list to the smallest numbers possible. More often when I'm doing this, I'm probably trading only GJ. And actually, my little brother was able to flip about $10 to 500. Maybe you could cut. First come over. So I noticed he was actually only trading, was it? That was BTC, and I wouldn't recommend that honestly. I think I'll put a screen recording over here on the screen, and then, okay, there we go. Come over. So he had an account of about $10, and then profit of up to 514. Crazy, right? So I'll put the screen, you could just send me the screenshot, so I'll attach it there. Now, that, honestly, I'm not recommending you trading Bitcoin, but anyway, he's been in for some time now, so I assume he now knows his thing. But what I'm trying to say is, he is mainly focused on one pair or one instrument. For his case, it was Bitcoin. But now, personally, when I am doing this, I often trade GJ, and that's all, literally. Now, mentioned it, keep your watch list as small as possible. Please, don't congest and cause confusion. All right, oh, also forgot to mention here your trading strategy. And I'll also show you this. Anyways, number 2, trading sessions. Now, the trading sessions are really, really important. Remember, we are looking at making money on the smallest account. Then on the other side, we are not scalping. Scalping where you enter trade and then exit immediately. No, we need to look for potential good setups. And we can only get those when we have the best trading sessions. Now, in here, I'll recommend the New York session and the London session. Why? Well, these are the most traded sessions, and that means we have a ton of volatility. Actually, think about it. Whenever we have the London session opening, that being say 8 a.m. London time, okay, we often have a breakout, like a huge breakout happening on GJ, or actually all pairs to do with the pound. So that's a perfect time to capitalize on that and make some good money. So we shall focus on the New York and the London. And that means we shan't put a lot of attention to Asian and the Australia and all that, because there's often a lot of consolidation, and or maybe for the Australian, if you're doing that, then I want us to consider trading pairs to do with the AUD and the NZD, because I noticed also potential big moves often happening. Next up, risk management. Now, this is key and this is important. Now, I want us to think about it in the first place. I've seen guys that do trade, say it's $100, and this guy opens up, say, a position of about 0.1 or, whatever huge lot size, and he doubles up the account in that one particular day. But now let's think about on the other side. What if that trade went to the opposite side? Is he going to still keep the account? More often enough, nope, he's not. And that's where risk management comes in place. So I want us to note this down. And by the way, please be sure you are taking notes. So with your risk management plan, I want us to look at it in a sense of, I am trying to grow this account, okay? And this growth happens gradually. It's not going to happen today, tomorrow and it's all done. Nope, that's key. Then keep in mind, won't make any sense if you made good money today and lost it out all tomorrow. I mean, I've been in those situations, so I totally understand what traders do. So with your risk management plan, I want us to stick to smaller lots, okay? But as the account grows, we can think of scaling it up. Now let me give an example. We often say risk 1% of your account. And now this is often a bit tricky to estimate or to do the math whenever you're trading with, honestly, a small account, because if say it's $100, in actual sense they mean risk $1 and maybe to make say 2 or 3 or whatever, which honestly at some point is a bit unrealistic. So in here you're probably using the smallest lot size, which is 0.01. Now let's give an example. If you use 0.01 on a pair like GJ, and easily you get in 40 pips profit quickly, and this should be, is it $4? I assume. Is it $4 or 40? I think it's 4. You say you made 40, yeah, $4. Now you can imagine you use 0.01 and you've already made $4. Pretty easy, right? Now, this is key. Now let's think about if say you use 0.02. That's $8. You see how important it is? Now on the other side, some other person won't take this into consideration and you'll probably use 0.1. Well, with 40 pips, that's $40 on the table. And that means we made 40 pips in profit. Now let's flip it up and think about 40 pips in a drawdown, and that's minus $40 down. So I would say one thing that I've really learned with trading is at some point it's not about the money that you're making, but about how much you're keeping, right? Starting from the risk management, and then you've made the money. Do you have the money, right? Which is honestly key. Like at some point I look at it in a sense of more than making a lot, how about you also saved up your account and it's all safe? And that all comes down to risk management, okay? Now, you can only increase your lots once your account has grown 100%. In actual sense, double your account, okay? And that means if say you are trading with $100, I would only recommend that you increase your lot size when your account is probably 200. At least you can now say, if say you are 0.01, now you can go 0.02. Now this is going to take a long time, but at the end of the day, you must stay patient, pay the price, so you'll be able to get the results, because other than that, you'll just gamble around, and honestly, you may not stay in for longer. That's the bad thing about it. All right, now just a quick one now. For the fact that you're watching the video up to this point, I want you to go ahead and click the link just down in the description. Once you're done with the video, I do have a list that says join my student wait list. That's an email list where you tend to get all the updates from myself, a lot of value in there. And then I also have a link down to the Telegram. It's a free channel, and then you can open up a trading account so you will be able to trade. All right, number of trades per day. This also comes back again to this. Okay, personally, these days I only trade once or twice. Kato, how many times do you trade?
Twice.
He trades twice. So this is a thing that I've actually learned along my journey as I got profitable, that I actually mentioned it earlier, that it's not about taking a shit ton of trades, but taking the best setups as possible. Okay, so I want you to understand how many trades you're going to take in a day. You could say 2 maximum, could be in the learning session, and that's it. Whether it's a loss or profit, come on, you could trade the next day. Now this takes discipline, and I would say that's probably the biggest thing I've learned with my trading. It takes a lot of discipline for you to really follow this. Stick to one trading strategy. Yep, I know you've heard of that, but that's key. I know your trading strategy may not work today, but I mean, that doesn't mean you switch it up because it didn't work today. So remember, no strategy honestly has a 100% win rate. I've not seen that. I've done research, I've watched a lot of traders, I've interacted with a lot of traders, and honestly, nothing as this. So if you keep flipping them up, I mean, you're using this today, the next day you're using the other one, more often enough, you won't even get the edge that you're supposed to have as a trader. Then, best setups as possible, right? I would bring this and attach it to trading sessions, okay? And the number of trades actually. Now, I want you to only focus at the best setups as possible, okay? How do you find those? I know that should be the question. Now, I've done actually a lot of videos about my trading strategies and actually me live trading, but most importantly, I will always want to find the overall market structure, and then I'll capitalize on that. I'm not looking at going against the overall market trend because I want to make some quick bucks and all that. No, find the overall structure, scale down, find the best possible trades, and maximize on that. That's the easiest way possible, honestly, because you need the best setups. Now, a disclaimer, what I'm sharing is all from my experience and I'm no financial advisor. This is all from my experience and things that I've learned along the way. Now, one most important thing that I would want to put across is it's going to take time. It's going to take time. And this is where I come up with the compounding part of it. Now, I know we are all trading to make money and not honestly to grow accounts. Didn't mention it in the start, but when you are trading, the overall goal is to make money, improve your life, have the freedom and all that. So now the question should be, does it make any sense me making money, growing that account and, not living the life that I want? And in actual sense, it doesn't make any sense. So what I personally do is I will do 50-50. I have 50% remaining in my account. That's 50% of the profit remaining in my account to do the compounding. And then 50% of the profits out. Doesn't matter whether it's $5, whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000. You must get paid. We are not trading to impress the brokers and, social media and all that. You are trading for you, and everything that comes out is for you. And that's why it's very, very important. Now, basically, that's the complete game plan that you need as a trader. Now, as I mentioned earlier before, if you would love to join an exclusive community of winning traders, a community which is in actual sense a family, go ahead and click the link just down. I will attach it as join the student waitlist. Over there, you can receive emails, and then at some point, you could be able to join the inner circle. And remember, the moment you're in, there is never looking back, boys. It's either winning or winning. And a happy new year. I know it's coming up. Let's go. Cheers. By the end of